with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better. You will never.
Well, there is a definite chill in the Northern California air, Coach, but still a wonderful afternoon for football.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did, huh? Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause I on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They LA they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When I say this, be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out, cuz I never switch, I never switch. I never switch, I never switch. Ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist,
I was legit ever since I blew they all on my hey back then didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip.
Well, there is a definite chill in the Northern California air, Coach, but still a wonderful afternoon for football at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep.
Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A big run there by Gurley. They had trouble stopping the run last week at a loss, and here it rears its ugly head early.
You're supposed to try and get your confidence going after a loss.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On third down, Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Will Dissly, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Set. 10-2 start. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Get it.
They'll run on first down. Spence. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
10 logo.
I got it. He's checking.
6-6, pull it high. 2.
He'll look to throw. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. But I think the ball's out. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Let's go.
He'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23, and he'll bring this one back to the 29. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now it's Wilson. Open man there is Malone. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the 1st down. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Now a toss play. It's Carson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
12.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 29-yard line. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket. that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. It wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On third down, it's Carson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
And that last penalty makes this third down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5. Wilson. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays, yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot, because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
Let's get it. Here we go. 8-3. Hey, watch his flat. Watch his flat. Watch his flat. Watch his flat. Yo.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
Ready, break.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Head up. 60 or. Double time.
On 1st down, Spence. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Look at me. Zipper. Get it.
2nd and 9 now. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They'll run on 1st down. Spence, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Go. 30 base.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
12 yards on the return that time, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Play action. Now Wilson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and that'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin Bush able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
The Seahawks send out their punter. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you have two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
64,
on 2nd down, Spence. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st down, Spence. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. 2nd and 3. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Quan Alexander, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, try to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback who's going to his left. A little bit tougher. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. They'll set up a throw. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Back to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is now 17-3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29. Line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Recon, 132 fighter. Watch twitch. Watch twitch. Now.
That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Hey, high 7. General West. Here we go. Slam.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 18 yards, 1st down, Niners. Play action. Now it's Locke. And that's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds, because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
57. Mike, 57. Let's go, defense. Let's get it. 57's the Mike. Rock 57. Ready.
On play action, Locke. Got a man. It's Brown. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down. Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Hopkins with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he's got this down to the 35. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Here's Locke. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Locke will try again on 2nd down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
On the ready.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing his Locke on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Gurley again here on first down. Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Todd Gurley with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it out past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so
looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
As more and more up-tempo football creeps into the NFL game, some coaches don't think time of possession matters anymore. I believe we found one of them.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. So they'll get another shot following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Pardon?
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. They'll try a handoff right with Gurley. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Defense doing their job, really nowhere to run the football.
Yeah, it's almost textbook, wasn't it? Every place he tried to find an open spot, there just wasn't one. Congrats to the defense, no gain.
Call fitting your gaps, right?
I love it. You're exactly right.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. He'll rifle this one deep right side, and he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. The Seahawks send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a...
And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now here in Santa Clara. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now a pass hauled in downfield. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Here's Locke to throw. And that will be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Again, it's Locke. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Now a dump off here complete. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown.
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. A.J. Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. Now the 49ers electing to leave the offense out there and go for 2. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. That'll be complete to Breida. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what...
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that will extend this big lead.
49ers 9.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Clock now on first down. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College. Not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Able to get there and pick it.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken short. Now a hit and a loose football. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
I'm glad we were paying attention during the rules seminar.
And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And a fake attempt here not going to work. Got a little yardage, but not enough to get to the goal line.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was going to ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hole, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Wilson. That's caught. It's Malone. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he's taken down inside the 30. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Wilson wants to throw it. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
He's going to go up top for the end zone, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing again here, Wilson. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
It's caught at the 10. And he's taken down, but... not before reaching the 10-yard line.
A gain of 26 yards. First down, Seattle.
You better be afraid of me.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football.
Hey guys, listen. 55 Mike, guys, 55. I got it. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for DK Metcalf. Incomplete. It's now.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. He will be brought down well shy of the goal line. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the 49ers are going to get the football back.
Tight left. We got 3, fellas, we got 3. Hey, number 8's coming, number 8's Mike.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this one up to about his 14.
That's it, baby.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Seahawks, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Niners, the slide continues as